guys, welcome back to my channel, FabulousBre, and I'm back with another video. And if you haven't noticed by the title of this video, this is gonna be kind of like a story time type video, if you get what I'm saying. I kind of want to just go into detail on how I got started modeling and all those kind of things, because I get questions like that all the time. For some reason, not for some reason, I mean, I have modeled, I got pictures and everything like that. So yeah, this story time is just gonna be about that situation. So I've been modeling since I was about 15 years old. I got interested because we have a thing back home in Arkansas called Little Rock Fashion Week? Yeah, Little Rock Fashion Week. It was something that was becoming to be like really popular. It was a thing where this man put together like this whole fashion week for people that's interested in putting in their brands or boutiques or whatever the situation may be, and they cast models to showcase them on the runway. So it's like a full week of just different shows and whatever. So I got introduced to it. I was on Facebook and I ran across somebody's page. I can't remember their name, but I ran across somebody's page and they had a video of them walking, like doing like a good model walk. And I'm like, I kind of want to do that. I think I want to try out for that. So the perks of it was you have to do like a head shot and a body shot. So we contacted a few, like my grandma, me and my grandma, we contacted a few like photography places that was around Arkansas and got connected with one guy. He did a couple of headshots and body shots for me. So I went to the casting, and believe it or not, I didn't make it the first time. Like, everybody was loving my walk, was loving everything that I did, but for some reason I didn't make the Little Rock Fashion Week team or whatever that was. So anyways, they ended up calling me back like after Little Rock Fashion Week was over with, because they were starting to spin off like an agency type thing to do like different work around the area. So it was basically like just local modeling. That's how I started off. So it was just a local modeling under this man, and that experience, it was okay. It opened my eyes to like different situations, so I kind of already knew what I would get myself into if I wanted to take it to like another level. One day I was at a photo shoot for Kato Mamalu. I think that's how you say her name. I cannot pronounce it for some reason, but she was on Project Runway one season, and she's like real known. So it wasn't a photo shoot, it was a runway show. It was for Designer's Choice fashion show. I don't know, I'm horrible. I'm horrible at remembering names, but it was called Designer's Choice Fashion Show or something like that. And she was like a headliner. She hosts one like every year. And that year we had like a celebrity guest to come and kind of help co-host it for her, or host it for her. So yeah, I was like backstage or something, and somebody was doing my makeup, and he was just like, you know what, you look like you have a really good look. Like, do you do any more modeling besides here in Arkansas? And I was like, no, I just pretty much do local stuff. I was still in school, so I wasn't really thinking about like, oh, I'm about to start traveling and all that kind of thing. I think I was in like 10th grade, 10th or 11th grade. I don't know. I can't remember. Was I in 10th grade? No, I was in 11th grade, so I was like 16, 17 at the time. So yeah, he was just talking to me and just kind of putting that bug in my ear, like, you know what, I think you should try to venture off and do modeling. Like, I really think you can go far. Like, you have that exotic look. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess I can try to do that maybe after high school or something. He was like, no, you should try to do it now. Like, you have the opportunity. You kind of at the platform right now where you can, you know, get pictures and stuff done and just really start submitting them to different agencies. And to me, I would have never thought to do that, to submit pictures to agencies to see if I can get signed. So he gave me like a couple of websites to research or whatever, like Model Mayhem and another one, and then another one was called models.com. So I made a page on Model Mayhem. I made a page on the other one he talked about, and I also made a page on models.com. And models.com is like really popping website for a person that's wanting to be discovered. And I didn't know that at the time. I was just making stuff just to see, like, okay, let's just see if this really happens for me. So I made a page on models.com. I put up, like, at that time, my biggest thing that I did at the time was the FabulousBre magazine. And I had the cover and a spread, so that was pretty cool. Like, I was kind of excited about that. And yeah, I put those pictures up there, and then I put like a couple of selfies on that page. It was just like random pictures. Like, it wasn't even good pictures. The only professional pictures that I had on there was from the gig of the FabulousBre magazine. And mind you, I was 17 years old when I got the cover, so at that time I was feeling like, do I look older than what I am? Like, how is that? But anyways, I was thankful for that situation. I'm really happy that I got to do that. That was like the first big thing that I ever did. So I put those pictures on there, and not even, like, I'm not even kidding y'all, not even like 2 or 3 days later, this lady named Brandis had contacted me. So I'm like, let me see what she talking about. Because like on that first day, I was sending, because they have a thing on there where you can send off your pictures directly to agencies, because it has like different agencies like all over the world, all over the United States. Wherever you're trying to go, they have an agency in that area, so you can try to submit your pictures to them to see if they will be interested in your look, I guess you can say. So I did all of that. I sent it to like Wilhelmina, I sent it to IMG Models, I sent it to like just any modeling agency that I kind of heard of before, and even some I didn't heard of before. But you know, I just wanted to see if I could get discovered. So yeah, I ended up sending off those pictures, and then not even 2 or 3 days later, this lady named Brandis contacted me. So I'm like, let me see what she's talking about. So it said, oh my god, I really love, like, something like, I really love your look. You have a unique look about yourself. We're really interested in representing you. And I was just like, this can't be true. Like, she gave me a number and everything. She was like, have your mom or someone to give me a call to go more into detail, but we would really love to set up like a Skype interview or something of that nature. So I'm like, So my grandma, this was like a day I got out of school. I just went on the website just to check the messages, and I saw that I had one from her. So I'm like, So I went in the den, and like we had like a little laptop or whatever. I went in the den, and I was sitting down with my grandma. I was like, hey, somebody wrote me back off the website that I made the modeling page on. And she was like, oh really, who's it from? And I was like, it's from Model Logic Wilhelmina. And like, this was like a little spin-off off of Wilhelmina, the big agency. So I was kind of excited because it had Wilhelmina at the end. Like, I already kind of knew about Wilhelmina, like from America's Next Top Model. I was like really interested in watching that show. So I was just like, oh wow, like somebody from Wilhelmina want to come, like, get in touch with me. So I told my grandma about it. She read it or whatever, and she was like, yeah, we're gonna have your mom give them a call when she get off work. So my mom got off work and she ended up calling them. No, I don't think she called them that day. She called them the next day. I think she called them like when she was at work or something. I don't know. But when I came home from school, she was like, they seem really interested. They said that they want us to take a trip up there to them to kind of set up, like, to kind of have like a little conversation and everything. And they was going to set up test shoots for me and like all that stuff. So her and my grandma, they talked it over and they set up a road trip. So we ended up taking a road trip to Wisconsin. And with that being said, we drove up to Wisconsin, and it was just like, it was a cool experience. It was me, my mom, and my aunt, and we went up there, and the agency was like legit. I was just like, I walked in there like, yay. You know, my country self, I ain't never been nowhere outside of Arkansas, like, for real. At that time, I just always been in Arkansas. So Wisconsin was just like, oh wow, another place. I'm excited to be here. So we ended up, you know, sitting down. They had like this round table. We ended up sitting at the table having a conversation. they was like, at the time my real hair was like really long. So the lady, her name, I cannot remember her name, Andrea, her name was Andrea. She was a black lady. She was like looking through my hair and stuff. She was trying to see if I had extensions or whatever. And she was like, oh, this is your hair. I was like, yeah. She was like, oh my God, like that makes it even more better. Like this is perfect. And I'm just like, okay. I guess they never been in contact with somebody black. I don't know. She made it seem like that they ain't never had nobody black with their real hair and it was just like long. So I'm just like excited, like, okay, yeah, I got something different. I know I'm gonna bring stuff to the table. Like, so she was like looking through my hair. She was like, your hair is gorgeous. Like that will be another plus for you because you have long, real hair and you have a unique look about yourself and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, so my mom and my grandma and my aunt, they was like going over the contract. She was like, if you're interested, we can sign the contract today and get you started today. And I was just like, I was looking at my mom, I'm like, yeah, I wanna go. And like, I was still in the 11th grade. So I had like one more year of high school left. So my mom was just like, okay, let's just see how it does or whatever. We signed I think it was like a 2-year contract at the time. And that was just to kind of help mold me and like see how things go with me. So we ended up signing the contract, and then that next day, like I guess they already had this like planned out, because that next day they was like, yes, if you're interested in getting some test shots done while you're here, we got a couple of people that would love to do some work with you. And I'm like, these people, I already knew they was gonna sign me or whatever, but whatever. It was a cool experience. So I did like 3 different test shoots the next day, and it was like my mind was just blown because I've never like experienced anything like that. Like that was my first ever test shoot. So I'm just like nervous. I'm like, don't know what to do. I'm like what should I do? Like it was a cool experience. Like I really had fun. So anyway, just to make that long story short, things just really started blowing up for me. Like they started submitting me to like different I guess like gigs and stuff that was going on at the time. Like I did stuff for Kohl's all the time. I did a couple of things for Dillard's. I did things for like just very commercial type stuff. I did like a magazine. It was just like a local magazine in Wisconsin that I did. And then, you know, they was actually giving me paid gigs. So I'm like, okay, yeah. So, you know, as it gone on or whatever, I ended up graduating high school. So I had the opportunity to go to college as well. I was gonna go to UCA. Well, I did go to UCA. It was the University of Central Arkansas. It was in Conway. And at that time, I was really excited to go to college, but my mom and everybody, they was like, we don't know. Like, maybe you should try to hold off from going to college right now. Just really focus on modeling. Because, like, I kid you not, I was getting so much stuff. Like, I was doing stuff for 17 magazine. I was doing stuff for, like, it was some other like wedding bridal thing that I used to do out there in Wisconsin. But when I took that trip to New York to do like 17 magazine, and it was like something else I did, I can't remember, but I was just like, this is pretty cool. Like it was gradually starting to pick up for me. So once I graduated high school, I had got this another amazing opportunity to go to Miami, to move there for like a season. And I was kind of skeptical because I was just like, I just graduated high school. I was 17, and I was just like, I mean, I was 18. And I was just like, I don't know. Like, I just found out that I'm gonna be rooming with my best friend in college, and like, I just kind of wanted to experience the college life, I guess you can say. And then my sister, she wanted me to go to college so bad. So that was kind of like in the back of my head as well. So I ended up like holding off. I told my agency that I wanted to kind of like, you know, let me just go to college right quick. Like I really want to experience that life, but I can still model. And they was like, are you sure? Do you think you need to, you know, be on hold for a moment while you're in school? But then something told me, because I had the opportunity to be on hold at that moment, to be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna hold off on modeling right now. I'm just gonna go to school. So yeah, something deep down inside told me not to do that. Just continue to model and try to go to school. So I ended up telling them like, yeah, you know, I think I still want to try to model. So just please keep me, you know, on the books and stuff. Like I don't want to put anything on hold. So I ended up starting school. I was loving it at first, but I was leaving so much. Like, I was getting so much work that I couldn't really keep up with the work that the college professors and like the teachers and stuff that they was giving me. I mean, I had a couple of teachers that was kind of understanding of my situation. So I, you know, would get assignments through email, but sometimes they would deliberately like not send me anything because they'll be like, well, you need to be here, like, you know what you need to do, blah blah blah. Pretty much being assholes about it, because in the beginning, you know, I went to each and every one of my teachers and like let them know, oh, I'm a model. I guess they didn't believe me, like I'm a model, like I actually leave to go do gigs and come back. So I explained the situation. I was letting them know, you know, if it's a day where I have to miss a day of school, is there any way that I can get assignments emailed to me, and or whatever that situation. And a lot of them was like, yeah, you know, we can definitely do that for you. I don't see a problem in doing that for you. So I'm like, okay, this might work out for me after all. So yeah, it didn't, because as I gradually started, it was like I was leaving once a week. Maybe sometimes twice a week. Like, I was leaving all the time. Like, it was crazy. So one day I came back home and I missed so many assignments from one class. I had to drop one class because I was not able to like be there physically. So I had to end up dropping one class, and I was already going there undecided. So I really didn't know like what I wanted to do anyways. Like, yeah, it was just kind of, that moment was kind of like a waste of a moment. Like, I could have been like long gone with my modeling, but I chose to stay back home because I really wanted to experience that. But anyways, yeah, it was just one day I went to like, it was like an English writing class. I was sitting in there, and have you ever seen like a scene in a movie where the teacher or like somebody is talking to them and then everything just kind of go quiet, even the person talking to them is just blanking, and like it just seemed like the situation is just going in slow motion? Yeah, I had one of those moments. Like, I was sitting on my desk like, but like I was looking at the teacher, but I wasn't looking at the teacher because I was just having so many thoughts going through my mind. Like, why am I here? Like, why am I doing this? Like, I'm making so much money. Like, I'm making more money than the teacher in one day. Like, I was being cocky at that time, if you get what I'm saying. I was just sitting there and I was just looking at the teacher. And I think he can kind of notice that I was like dazed or whatever. I had something on my mind. So, and then all of a sudden, like, I came back and I'm just like, you know, I was looking at the teacher and he was like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay or whatever. So I was just sitting there and I was like, can I go to the bathroom? So he was like, yeah, sure, go, you know, go take a break or whatever. So I ended up grabbing like my backpack and my laptop, and I think he kind of knew that I wasn't gonna return back to class. So I ended up walking out of class. I called my grandma while I was walking out of class. I think I was crying because I didn't know if I was making the right decision. I was just like, Granny, I think I want to come home. I think I want to drop out. Like, I'm not focusing. Like, my mind is not here. And my grandma was like, it's fine. Like, you know, calm down. Do what you need to do. So I was like, okay. She was like, I'll call your mom and let her know what you're going to do. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to drop out. So, and I didn't even last like a full, like, I was almost done with the semester. But I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go. So I ended up going to like the counselor's office and just talking to her about it, and she was giving me like options, like, are you sure? Do you want to take like online classes? Do you want to do it this way? Like, really trying to keep me in school, but I was just like, no, I think I just want to go. So I didn't have like, it wasn't a situation where I had a lot of money that was owed back because I wasn't there that long, and also I was there on a scholarship, and like half of it was from what is called the Parent Plus loan for like $1,000 and something. So that was the only money that I had to pay back, and I paid that back as soon as I left because I did a gig that paid me like $2,000. Half of that money went to them, and I was just like, I ain't got time for that. Get that off my back, blah blah blah. But yeah, so once I dropped out of college, I moved to Miami, and at that time, me and my boyfriend had just got together. I was just like really sad. I didn't want to leave, but I knew what I wanted to do. like back then, guys, like nothing could stop me. Like I was so motivated to like model and everything. Like I'm still wanting to do that, but it's just certain things I have to work on within myself so I can get back to that level. So yeah, I ended up moving to Miami. Didn't really do that much out there. I probably did like 1 gig out there. Ended up going to New York for a little bit, and then I moved to LA for like half a year. And when I was out there, I was living with my aunt. Like big ups to her for letting me live with her, and big ups to my dad for like driving me everywhere. Like that experience alone was like an eye-opener as well, because I was in situations where it was like but anyway, that's another story. But I'm really happy that I had family out there that could help me in those situations. So big ups to y'all if you're watching this video. Thanks for having my back when I was in LA doing my thing, or like my dad would say, doing my thug thizzle, whatever. That's pretty much it. Then I ended up taking off for a year, and I went back home because I was so homesick, y'all. Like, then, you know, mind you, I had a boyfriend. Then my friends, I would be on Instagram and Facebook and like seeing all the parties. Like, I don't know why I let that bring me back home. Then I was missing my mom and my grandma. Like just missing home. Like I just wanted to go back home. So I ended up going back home for a year. And yeah, now I'm here. 2 years after that year from taking off. Like I ended up getting back into it, but it started to slow down because I ended up signing with another agency. And it's not really, I'm still signed with them, and it's not really going as I planned. They're not really getting me things that I wish for. That's pretty much that story. I hope I didn't bore you. I feel like I was just babbling, but that's it. That's how I started modeling. That's how I dropped out of college. I'm kind of just living life. Like I'm going with the motion. Wherever it takes me, that's where I'm going. If you like these kind of videos, story times, whatever, information, inspiration, blah, 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 just let me know down in the comments, and I will try my best to do more of these kind of videos as well. And yeah, that's it. I will see you guys in my next video. Stay fabulous.